Hey there guys, and welcome back to Hursty Games. Now as you can see, firstly there's no face cam. That's because I'm just trying something a little bit different because I'm starting a new series, and my other series and things will carry on. I'm just going to kind of flit and float between the two and upload sort of all the different series, and I do a couple obviously like one-off things as well. So hopefully this will just be a new thing that people can watch, because like I said right at the start, FIFA is one of the games I want to play the most. It's one of the games I play the most in real life, but not recently, and I'm trying to get myself back into it a little bit. I've just kind of found things like Foot Champions really frustrating because I don't really get to play the games because I have really busy weekends, and so I've been playing lots of other games. Some older games like Borderlands is a game I'm really into at the moment, but for now we're getting back onto career mode, and we're going to do a QPR career mode. It's the team I support. If you didn't know that, you do now. And I do love playing career modes. Me and my friend Jack play career modes all the time. We make up new career modes that we do like almost once a week, really, and that's something we have a lot of fun with. We'll do world class for 5 minutes. We'll do world class for 5 minutes, and I just love playing career modes. And the reason I haven't put a face cam on this is the camera that I use a DSLR, and it can only record for up to half an hour in one shot. So if I film a video that's going to be over half an hour in regards to me actually filming it, obviously I'm not going to upload it if it's over half an hour normally, but then it stops me recording and I have to start again. So I just thought, if I take out the actual the visual side of it, the camera, then having this as a voiceover, which I'm recording on a new device, and hopefully it works, and if it doesn't, then I'll try and find a new way around it. But I'll see you guys at day one. Okay, so here we are, day one, pre-season tournaments. I will just go with the one with the most money, 4.5 mil. Hopefully we can win that, and that'll be a really nice bump of profit. I probably won't play the actual pre-season tournament. I will probably sim those, but I'll play the games. Let's have a look at the expectations. One player younger than 20 with potential greater than the average rating of the players in the same position. That's fairly easy to do. 85% attendance for 50% of home games. Automatic promotion, that could be interesting. That's kind of what I'm aiming for anyway, but it could be interesting. 32, around 32 for the FA Cup, and salary growth under 10%, and finish with 2.5 million unspent in the season. Okay, so that's not just the first transfer window, that's the season. Okay. Silla's injured as well. That's not great. Okay, what I'll do is I'll make the team that I intend to use. I will show you guys, I'll kind of explain it. I'm kind of going off the general premise that not too many people are going to know too much about QPR, but hopefully people will, and that will make my life a little bit easier. But anyway, I'm going to jump into making this team, and I'll see you guys once that team is ready. Okay, so here is what I'm going for. I've gone for a 4-3-3, the attacking variation with 2 CMs and a cam. I've stuck with Smithies in goal. In this game, he is incredible. He is one of the... But like, honestly, in Ultimate Team, I use a silver team in like Div 1 and 2 sometimes, and he is always my keeper because he is so overpowered. Across the back, we've got Robinson, Hall, Corker, and Anua. Now, Anua, I don't really want to be playing at right back. I kind of want to be playing Furlong because he's got he's young with decent potential. But I'm putting him in there just for now, just because he's a bit old. I can maybe get him into some decent form and possibly sell him. As much as, obviously, as a QPR fan, I don't really want to sell the club captain. I'm going to kind of do what suits the career mode rather than my personal like for the club. But of course, obviously, if there are people watching and they want to have an input as well, then that's something I'm also very willing to listen to. But that's the back four we're rocking for now. In the midfield, we've got Freeman, who can play centre mid. He can play so many positions, even though he's a right mid. We've got Freeman, and we've got Luongo, either side of Morrison playing at cam. The main reason I normally play 4-3-3 with 3 straight centre mids, but Morrison being a cam, I think will be quite helpful. Just having him just behind Washington up front, who, as you can see, we've got 3 higher rated strikers, but I love Washington in this game. He's quick, he's fairly strong for his kind of height and like his actual physicality, And I thought I would play Smith, but he is so slow, and I just can't deal with that. I've also got Emmanuel Thomas, who I'm not the biggest fan of in real life, but in this game he's pretty decent. I would probably play Silla normally, just because he's tall, fairly quick, and fairly physical, and he's got a decent shot on him. But he's injured, so I won't be playing him currently. And then either side of Washington, we have Mbakato, who is a sim god and actually a very good card in this game. And we've got Wojciech, who himself is pretty decent. Now, in the transfer window, we are going to be wanting to make some signings. I don't yet know who we're going to sign, so that's one thing I am going to think about. I'm going to have a quick look. I'm probably going to very quickly... Actually, I'm not going to set up a youth system. I'm going to have a quick look for any young free agents, because that's the kind of thing QPR would probably do, just to see if there's anyone who's half decent. And while I'm looking through this, if there's anyone who has ideas for who I should sign, or has anyone in particular they think, actually, I'd love to see someone use this guy in a career mode, or not this guy, but a certain person in career mode, then just let me know. I'm really up for your guys' opinions. I want to make sure that I use those opinions and get you guys involved, because that's important as someone who's trying to do YouTube videos with some kind of achievement, is having people watch it and actually enjoy the videos. And part of that, hopefully, will be me signing Jonathan Lecco, because he is tall, he's like 6 foot, and he's a solid winger. He goes up so much. And hopefully that will also complete my managerial task, because he's under 20, and I'm pretty sure he's going to have a higher potential than Wojciech. The only other position I might try and sort is maybe fullback. If I can find someone who can play left and right back, that might be quite good. Someone who instantly jumps to mind is Klosterman. I love him in our team. He's got good potential as well, so that's quite good. I'll inquire about him. Any other positions off the top of my head that I think actually I could cement a better player there? The only thing would maybe be striker. And that's going to be a bit tricky to do. I'm going to inquire about Iheanacho, just because he's just on the top of my head right now. So I'll inquire about those three. I'm going to go and list a couple of the older players that I have no intention of using, and I'll show you guys that in a second. Okay, so just very quickly, I have transfer listed Mackie, Henry and Perch. They're just 3 older players who I don't really intend on using. Now, Mackie I love, and actually Perch is doing quite well in real life at the moment, even though I'm not his biggest fan, but Henry is way past it in my personal opinion. But that will generally help with some wages that we could get in, even just a little bit of money. But I'm going to, as you guys know, I'm going to have some drills just kind of set up. I'm not really going to focus on it and necessarily show you guys them too much, but just so you know, they will be happening. But I'm going to jump on through to that first game, and we will sim that first game. Okay, so just before we got to that game, we did have West Brom come back about Lecco. Now, $1 million is not a bad amount of money to pay for a player that I think is going to really be big for us. It'll be very easy to train up and get high rated, leveled, and should hopefully do some good work for us. Now, Klosterman is another decent player to potentially get in. I think I'm going to offer a newer and 2 million, see what they think about that. Obviously Leipzig doing very well in real life, and have got some good young potential players, so someone like a newer might just kind of fit in, but Iheanacho at 14 million is not going to happen. I really just don't have that kind of money. But we're at the first game against Nacional. The team that I showed you is the team they're going to play, and we will see how we do. It's a home leg, so that hopefully will be good for us. Although we go 1-0 down in the 8th minute, but Mbakato gets us back into it after 13 minutes. He's a very good simulated player, so if you're going to play simmed career modes and you're in not a top tier, I definitely recommend getting Mbakato on that wing. But Morrison, our loanee from Lazio for the season, gets himself a goal in the second half. If we can hold on to this, it'll be a really nice win. And it looks like we do. 2-1. Decent first game. We will jump through, see if we get any replies to any of those guys. And I'm going to have a think about any other strikers I could possibly get. Now, Lualua is on loan, so I'm not too fussed about him getting upset. I don't necessarily intend on signing him. I also don't necessarily intend on playing him too much, but he will probably rotate in with Wojciech and Mbakato for like cup games and stuff. But let's play on through to Cecina. Every time I say that, we get things happen. So James Perch, we will ask for 600k from Leeds just because they're in the same division. If it was a different division, we probably would just accept 550. Leipzig don't necessarily want a Nua. I'll offer 3. That'll be the highest I'll go to with a Nua. Otherwise, I'll take him out and offer around 4.5. But will we just get to Cecina? Nope. They've accepted $1 million for Lecco. That's really, really good. Let's offer 6 grand and squad rotation, because I'm pretty sure he's like 64 rated. So squad rotation is probably quite a fair reflection of how often he will play. But simming our away game to Cecina, they did just beat Metz, who aren't an awful team, especially in comparison to the kind of team that we're playing with. But let's see if we can get a goal in the first half. It's quite a quiet first half until they score, and then Wojciech gets an equalising goal 2 minutes later. Second half, they make a sub. I don't really know these players, but Emmanuel Thomas comes on, and so does Luar for Freeman and Morrison. They get a second from the Ciano, one of their subs, and we do get a draw. I was about to say lose, but Mbakato, the sim god himself, pops up with its second goal in the 88th minute. Not ideal to get a draw, but hopefully we will win this last game. I will just accept that. I'm not going to get petty over 25 grand. So Perch will most likely be leaving the club. They're still not interested. So I'm going to just offer 4.5 and see if they accept that. We get the contract accepted from Jonathan Lecco, so he comes in on a squad rotation role. Hopefully that will also complete a manager task. It did. That's awesome. Our youth program is finished, so that'll keep the board happy with us just for a little while. That's nice. Okay, so for our final game, I have thrown Lecco on the bench for Smith. Just, you know, he might come on, who knows, for FC Metz. Not an awful team, but we are home, and hopefully we can get ourselves a win. Again, not too much happening as a yellow card. That's all I can really talk about in this first half. Mbakato, the sim god, pops up with a goal. Emmanuel Thomas coming on for Washington, who hasn't done too much in this pre-season so far. But Lecco makes his appearance, coming on for Wojciech. We make a couple of other subs. Luongo getting himself a goal. That's good. I'm liking some of our midfielders are going to get some goals as well. That's really, really important in this kind of formation that I'm playing. Having an attacking mid and 2 holding midfielders, it's kind of important that they pop up with goals occasionally. As you can see, these are the players at the moment I'm training. I probably should have put Lecco in, and I probably will. Man, I've got hiccups. We'll drop Lecco in for the next one. Purchase gone, that's great. Leipzig accept 4.5 mil. I will offer him 20 grand, and he'll be important. I think he is about 72 rated. So that will be quite nice, and that means I can rotate Hall and Anua in the central defensive position. Obviously with Lynch as well, who will want to get some game time, but we're up against Barry. Didn't know they were a team. They just won 5-1 against Salerno, so not pushovers by the looks of things. Can we get ourselves another win? Oh no, of course I didn't bring Klosterman in, he's just on contracts. Mbakato, the sim god, missing a penalty, but Anua popping up just on the half time, showing me that just because I'm thinking of replacing him like I did in the 55th minute, doesn't mean he is old news. Lecco makes another appearance, coming on as a sub, and they equalise, and we go out on penalties. God's sake. So we got to the semis. We didn't get all the way through to the finals in the pre-season, which kind of sucks. It's a little bit of money we're missing out on. We still get another $1 million from that, so that's good money. One thing to mention, I did actually do the 60% money increase at the very beginning, purely because I had it there and I thought I would. Now I know Matt Smith has just signed for the club, so I'm gonna have it as a quite unrealistic. I don't think they're gonna bite on that. I probably won't sell him because in real life he has just signed for us, so he wouldn't be going anywhere. He doesn't really want to relocate. We'll offer 27.5 because that's a 10 grand increase on what he's currently on. So that's quite a good amount of money extra a week. for 10 grand extra a week, I probably would also move country. But I will jump on through. I'll let you guys know of any signings. Otherwise, hopefully we might just sneak in the first game of the season in this first episode. Albion come back with 950. I've kind of reflected on it a little bit. I'm not going to sell Matt Smith, even though that's more than his evaluation. He has recently signed for us, so I'm not going to accept that. But Klosterman does accept his contract. It's a pretty big, expensive purchase. He was half of our budget and quite a lot of wages. But I honestly think he's going to be really, really important for us. He's going to do a good job. So I'll throw him into the team, which you guys will get to see at the first game of the season. So a transfer offer in for Jamie Mackie. I'm going to ask for his valuation again, just like I did for Perch. Not because I'm being petty about it, but because it'll be nice to actually get somewhere near the money he's worth, I guess. But we're going to keep swimming through. We're nearly at our first game. Derby come back with a slightly increased offer, so again, I'm just going to ask for a bit more money. But that's all that's really happening right now. We're just waiting for that first game to come through. We're just on the turn of the month as well. As you can see, I am now training Lecco, which is quite important. One thing I wanted to show you guys as well is where they anticipate me to finish. They reckon I'm going to finish 8th, and apparently a key player here is Jack Robinson. Without the likes of Bakato and Luongo and even Morrison, they reckon Robinson will be the big player. So that will have to be something we wait and see. Derby County accept 725 as an offer for Jamie Mackie, and Lualua lets me know that he's not as upset and worried as he was before. But our first game is going to be against Leeds. Now, obviously, we're going to be against Robert Green as well, who joined Leeds from QPR in real life at the end of last season, and Silla rejoins us for training. Now, I'm going to obviously be playing these games now. It's not going to be simmed. I have a second controller on. That's interesting. I didn't know that was the case. But we're going to be in our home kit. We're going to play against Leeds in their away kit. I'm going to sort the team out real quick. Lecco can stay on the bench. I'm not going to be silly and play Lecco, but I will bring Klosterman in. Now, I was excited about Furlong. I'm going to change Lynch, and I'm going to put Anua in the middle and put Hall on the bench. So I don't forget about Lynch, I will bring him up there a little bit. Yeah. Going to keep him in the reserves for now, Silla. I'm not going to run the risk of getting him any more injured than he already is. But that's the team we're going to rock with. So guys, I will see you at that first whistle.
Hello everybody, Martin Tyler is my name, Alan Smith is his name alongside me, and we're hoping to bring you some fine action from this game today. Queen's Park Rangers in our game today against Leeds United.
Well, I think this is going to be a really intriguing tie, because you've got a couple of sides here, both expecting and hoping to be up the top and gaining automatic promotion come the end of this season. Whether that's accurate or not, I think it probably is, because the two good sets of players down there, plenty of talent in the ranks.
Well, this is the Queen's Park Rangers lineup. Stephen Corker starts with Nadim Anua in central defence, and today it's just the one striker in the side. Check for you on the Leeds United lineup. Robert Green starts in goal. Liam Bridcat starts, making his debut. Chris Wood is the main striker today. There are very few tighter arenas than this one, the home of Queen's Park Rangers in West London. It's a great viewing ground. If you do get the chance to come and watch a game here, you'll feel you're really part of the...
So here we are, the start of this career mode, the start of our first season in the Championship, home against Leeds. Let's hope that Tom has a better throat the entire game, but let's hope that we can come away with our first win. And it's a pretty decent start with Robinson down the wing. He finds Bakato. Can he do anything here? No, a good tackle from Bartley, but that's a really good intent from him straight off the bat with a corner. Let's play it short. Find Morrison. Back to Freeman. Now we cross it. Oh, it doesn't quite fall to anyone, but Anua, can he? He can outmuscle Pedeza, I think it is. Luongo, not going to... Actually, a much higher shot. Luongo, what a finish! That is how you start a career mode. What a finish from the young man. Massimo Luongo, outside of the box. You heard me say I wasn't going to shoot, and I changed my mind when I saw the space he had. That was an absolute screamer. That is how you start a season. It's a great touch here to take it round him, and the finish is just... You don't get much more top corner than that. That was absolutely perfect. Well, if there was ever a way to start, it was by doing that. 1-0. Come on, you R's. That's a pretty nice pass from them, actually. Pablo Hernandez, not a player I particularly like. Oh, blimey. We just about got there eventually. What's happened there? Wood is a great striker. Oh. Klosterman may not be making the best passes afterwards, but he's getting the ball back quickly. And actually, we don't have a chance. Oh, we do have a chance. Wozniak. Can he do something here? Morrison making the run through. We find the pass. Morrison, not the best shot. Not enough power. Was never going to beat Green with a weak shot like that. Luongo just gets out-muscled, but Klosterman again winning it back. Washington. Morrison, look at the run. There it is. Surely. 2-0, surely. Oh, I've put way too much on that. Oh, we should have been 2-0 up. That was basically a recreation of the Luongo chance, but we were closer in, and I put way too much power on it. As you can see, I wasn't impressed. That's a great over-the-top ball. And Barrow's going to win that. Corker and Robertson on him, but he still just gets it past us. Wood, not the player we want to be giving that much time to in the box. He was able to stop it and think about what he was doing. And Wood is a clinical finisher, but this here is awful defence. Look at that. Awful defence. Maybe Smithies could have done better, but Smithies shouldn't have had to have done better because they shouldn't have had a shot there. Bad defence. Puts it at 1-1. Ungbukato in space. Ungbukato, that's a really nice run. It's really nice. Oh, I was going to just play it across to Washington, straight to his feet for a first-time finish, but couldn't get it out of his feet. But Morrison now finds Ungbukato. There's an overlap on the top, but I can't find that. But Wozniak, surely across the goal. Not a great shot, not a great save though. And Washington opens his tally for the season with a goal. It's a proper poacher's finish. It's one of the reasons I love him, because his positioning rather is so good. But what a great play. Wozniak with a nice finish, and Green just doesn't do enough to stop Washington tucking into an empty net. That's his first goal for the season. It's our second goal for the season, and it puts us 2-1 up in our first game. Oh, not the best corner, but we can follow it up with a second corner. Freeman plays it deep, tries to find Anua, but Anua was beaten in the air there. Corker. That's not good. That's not good at all. We're kind of forced into bringing on Hall. Not a substitution I was really wanting to make. I was wanting to keep Corker playing as much time as possible, but I don't really know what happened there, but he didn't look comfortable. Hopefully that's not long term, because he's going to be one of, if not our best defender, and it's just on the stroke of half time as well. 2-1 though. A pretty good half in general, with two pretty good goals and a sloppy goal to concede, I'll be brutally honest. I want to play some time with Lecco, but I'm not going to do that right now. I think I'm going to push Freeman to Cam. I'm going to bring off Morrison, and I'm going to play Cousins. The only thing I think this team is kind of missing is a bit of grit and strength in midfield. Now, I have options that I can have that, like Goss, for example, who we recently purchased from Man United. He's a big guy. He's like 6'2", and he's pretty strong, but he's quite low rated. So it's a player I'd probably have to try and train, and maybe playing some cup games before I just throw him into that first team. But it's something to think about. I do have great potential in that midfield with the likes of Morrison, Luongo, someone like Cousins, but also Freeman. Freeman's a really good player to utilise and try and get up a couple of ratings. But for now, this second half, hopefully, can kind of continue in the same vein as the first, and we can hopefully come away with a win in our first game, but not with defence like that. what is going on. Good tackle from Klosterman. Now Klosterman has got some decent pace on him to really look at punishing this and breaking free. Look at him go. No one's going to catch him. It's just a matter of, can I do something with this? Maybe. Luongo finds Freeman, who keeps it, but loses it afterwards. Not ideal. It's a good run from Hernandez. Hall needs to try and keep up with him, which he did, but Hernandez just dribbles it round him. Oh, not great defence. Let's get rid of that. Got rid of it eventually. It wasn't perfect defence. Now, let's give it to Mbakato. Back to Luongo. Let's find... Is that Freeman? Let's try one with Freeman. It was always going the wrong way. Never mind. We have made a sub. We have brought on the young Leko for Mbakato. Mbakato was just getting a little bit tired. And hopefully Leko can do something. You know, get him some game time, get that rating up, and we'll have a good young English winger in the team. Oh, it's a great run from Klosterman, a great pass from Luongo. Can Wojciech finish it? No, on the turn. It was always riding. I could have done a lot more there. I was a bit wary of shooting with Klosterman just because I don't think he's got particularly good stats for shooting as a fullback. But, you know, maybe next time I'll have to consider it. Man, we get the win. That's a good start. I'm very, very happy with that start. To get a win in the first game of the season is so, so important. It puts us in good stead. It keeps us in some kind of form initially, which is really important. But I'm going to jump on through to the calendar, and we'll probably round up the episode there. So I'll see you there in a second. Okay guys, so we're going to round up the video there. As you can see on the screen now, this is the team we're currently running with. Silla, once he's back to fitness, will kind of rotate in with Washington. Obviously Corker now being injured, and actually anyway that needs to change to that. With Corker being injured, that does mean that maybe, I haven't checked to see how long he's out for, so we'll check that. But the only difference would be Corker would probably come in for Hall. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with the team. If there's any positions you think particularly need strengthening, then let me know. Leave comments in the comment section below. I'm going to read through every comment, and I try and reply to all the comments that I get as well on my channel. Not just obviously on FIFA, but on all videos that I get. I try my best to reply to every single comment that I get. And I want your guys' input. So I'm just going to check and see how long Corker is out for. 7 months. Oh my god. 7 months. Jesus Christ. It didn't even look like that bad of an injury. Wow. Okay. Anyway, we will round the video off there. Now that you know Corker is out for 7 months, I don't know if that changes anything in anyone's opinion, but hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you want to see more QPR career mode, then please leave a like. It will really help me out, and it will let me know that people are liking, watching and enjoying the videos. And of course, like I said, leave comments for any ideas, and subscribe if you want to see more Hursty Games content. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tom, and I will see you guys very soon. Cheers guys.